Hey everybody, how's it going? Sam here at Music 215, Kentucky Avenue in Paducah, Kentucky. And today I've got a pedal board classic to show you guys. This right here is the Ibanez TS808 reissue, currently on sale for $179.99. Now this pedal is an exact reproduction of the Tube Screamer that Ibanez made from 1979 to 1981. Now just like those originals that are now extremely valuable today, around $2,500 or or $900, whatever, way out of my price range. These featured all analog circuitry just like the originals, the exact same chip as the originals, and they got the looks from the enclosure, the square button foot switch, and even the box. It's like you went into a time machine and went from 1979 to 1981 and came back with a brand new Tube Screamer. This pedal, just like the original, has got the smaller power adapter in the back, which I'll cut and show you kind of a little picture of that, but it comes with a handy adapter that you snap in there and allows you to hook up your modern center pin 9-volt daisy chain adapter to have it on your board without having to go through a bunch of 9-volt batteries. This, just like all other Tube Screamers, features 3 controls. It's got your overdrive, your tone, and your volume. Overdrive, of course, adds how much clipping you want. And then the tone allows you to, adjust it to your amplifier and your guitar you're using, either adds a little brightness or it cuts it out. And the volume, very self-explanatory, is how loud you want the effect to be. These pedals were made very, very famous by a bunch of players, the most famous, of course, being Stevie Ray Vaughan and a lot of players like him. Really good for people who love Fender guitars and Fender amps like myself. Great as a boost, to slam into a already overdriven amp to send it over the edge and tighten everything up, or really good as just an overdrive through a clean amp. I'm going to show you kind of a bunch of different contexts and the way that people typically use these. I will say the big appeal to the TS808 versus the TS9, which is the more affordable and more mass-produced one, is that this has got a more warm and, I hate to use the buzzword organic, but it does have a more organic sound to it. It sounds a little bit more amp-like, and whereas the TS9 has got a little bit more of a brighter sound. And sometimes if you got a really bright rig, that brightness can come out and kind of sound a little bit harsh. But they're both very good. It just kind of depends on what your needs are as a player. There's no right or wrong. It's just, that's what I noticed. I thought it was all a load of baloney until I, tried them both out, and I was like, well, okay, there is something to this. Real cool pedal. I just had everything at noon there to kind of just do like a basic run-of-the-mill overdrive. Let's see what it sounds like with the max drive, and then we'll use it finally for its most famous setting as a boost. We'll use it through this Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. I got the attenuation about halfway on it. We'll see what it sounds like going into a clean amp, boosting it, and then we'll kick that attenuator back to crank up the overdrive and kind of push the amp a little, and then we'll push it even more with the Tube Screamer. So let's see how that sounds. This is tone still at noon. Well, actually I'm going to move it a little bit below noon just to kind of warm things up a little bit more. Keep that level about where it is, and then we're going to bump that overdrive up about 3/4 of the way. So let's see what that sounds like. Is just like a tube amp. I mean, you can roll this back on your guitar so you can get a, and then you roll the control back, and then you can get that real clean. It's just like a fuzz face, like it's a really dynamic pedal, and it's really responsive to the guitar controls. So that's kind of a cool thing to feature with this pedal too. So let's kick that overdrive back now. We're gonna move it to about 9 o'clock, and then we're gonna bump that level up about 3/4 of the way. And what we're gonna do, like I said, we have the amp set clean. Here it is without the pedal. Probably should have done that in the beginning, but oh well. And then here it is with the pedal. Pushed it up a bit, tightened up a little, and also added a ton of mid-range, which is the Tube Screamer thing. It's not a very transparent overdrive pedal, but not a lot of people buy a Tube Screamer because it's so transparent. They buy it for the mid bump, and man, it'll bump them. So let's kick that attenuator back, and then we're gonna turn up the overdrive on the amp. Fender amps usually break up around like 7 or 8, so let's see what that sounds like. And then let's boost it with the Tube Screamer. You clean it all back up, man. Ibanez Tube Screamer is a pedalboard classic for a reason, folks. Swing by the shop, 215 Kentucky Avenue, Paducah, Kentucky, or our website, almusicshop.com, and check this TS808 for yourself. You know, it's a really good pedal. If you're a Fender guitar player and you play through Fender amps, this thing is a must-have. I mean, it really does complement that pair very well. And any dirty amps, even you Marshall guys or people who love British amps, taking an amp that's really, really cooking on the overdrive and then hitting it with one of these is just a boost. It'll work wonders for you, man. Like I said, $179.99 for something that's 99.9%, you know, just like the original ones that are made in Japan, built just like the ones from 1979 to 1981. Where can you go wrong, guys? Until next time, I'm Sam, and I'll see you around.